Found amongst the foothills of the Angus Glens in Scotland, Kinclune House and Estate is home to a celebrated herd of Highland ponies. More than 3 generations have served this family-run stud that produces prize-winning garrons, with Mother Marguerite and daughter Virginia now at the helm.
It's well known that Kinclune is a top-quality stock farm, so we were extremely lucky. I was brought up with cattle, a few sheep, and of course the Highland ponies were a big part of my life. My father, James McIntosh in Kinclune, he supplied ponies, Highland ponies, to work on the hill. They didn't have the vehicles to go over the terrain, and the ponies were used far, far more.
I am the 3rd generation of Highland pony breeder of Kinclune stud. I've grown up with the ponies and they're really in my heritage and in my blood. I feel extremely fortunate to be able to do this for a living. I work in a beautiful environment with lovely animals. It is just such a privilege to be able to do it, and you know, to think that some days my office is riding around the cattle in a beautiful environment on a Highland pony, I just don't think it gets any better than that. At the moment at Kinclune we have 15 ponies, and then we tend to serve in hand. You're in and around the brood mare, you're with the herd, they get used to you once you're bringing them in and handling them to your touch, and it just does become a trust between you.
The Highland ponies are lovely ponies, very nice natures, and they're a lot of fun. They were used by farmers and crofters and back in the day, and they were all over Scotland and the Western Isles.
Highland ponies are a true pony. Their colours are quite unique. Some of the times they have the dorsal eel stripe, so that's a stripe along the back. They quite often have zebra markings behind the knee. They shouldn't have more white than a 50p piece on their forehead, and no white on their feet or legs. Highland ponies were traditionally used to go up into the hills and to carry down the stags. If you're going to have to lift a 19-stone stag up there, you don't want anything too large. So the height limit is 14.2. One of my favourite uses for the ponies was actually whiskey smuggling. So with a slight twist on their heritage and bringing in a little bit of whiskey smuggling. We have been using the panniers on the estate as part of the diversification that we have, both to do pony picnics but also to do a champagne pony, so you can go up into the hills or as part of your wedding. So this is Autumn Rose. She's a 5-year-old mare. And she's a show mare, but today she's going to carry the traditional panniers. So we use her for both pony picnics, and also we bring the panniers with confetti, or they can have champagne, or you know, a gin pony. It's a nice photo opportunity for the bride and groom. It is really nice to find modern uses for these historical purposes, for the tack and that use for the ponies to keep that heritage going into modern times. They are really celebrated as the versatile breed. They can literally turn a hoof to so many different disciplines. We use them predominantly for showing.
The showing job is quite tricky. Not always is what you want for the results, but we've had some nice ponies there. The Royal Highland Show is our big ticket in Scotland, and we've been lucky enough to win that with a stallion.
Fandango is our stud stallion. He just always stood out. He was always tremendously photogenic and just, you know, a picture in the field. He was always lovely. And in addition to that, he is such a good-natured stallion. He is just wonderful with people.
Slightly biased, but no, he's a lot of people admire him. He's got a lot of bone, which is important. We don't want the breed to fall away into a light-legged pony. You want the power coming from the hind end, and you want a nice head and tiny ears. The old cliche is that it fills your eye. My particular taste, as I say, is substance and bone. You can see then when he turns, the strength in his hind end. And this pony has got a lot of hair, as you can see, which is a big attribute for a Highland pony. He carries himself, he's quite light on his feet almost, you might say, and he certainly goes forward.
They take their confidence from you. So if you're anxious and worried, if you're responding nervously to the pony is going to pick up on all of that. At a lot of the large shows, there'll be banners. If it's windy, they're blowing around. Tannoys are often, kind of an alarm feature. And really, you need to give them the confidence that this is okay, So you really depend on each other. My dad actually says that, I always end up in love with whichever pony I'm working with.
I have spent a large part of my life working with the ponies, and now I'm extremely delighted as a family that we have Aylwin and Virginia, as keen as they are.
Our intention moving forward with the stud is to keep breeding, top quality but traditional stock. We want to keep breeding a pony that could go up into the hills and do a day at the stags, and also that can go into the show ring and be a lovely performance ridden pony. There are Highland ponies who have gone for a native, to very high levels for dressage. We have had ponies leave us to do very well as driving ponies. We've also got a pony that we bred currently working on one of the estates in Vermark Estate as a deer pony, taking the deer off the hill, which we're very proud of because that shows the ponies that we are breeding now and doing the job that they were originally bred for. They have to have mod applications to be successful into the future, but you really want to hold on to the heritage as well, their natural traits, and to pay homage to their background.